Hi everyone. Today I'm going to introduce myself. This is Shanmukh Mohan Kumar Gupta. Now I'm giving basics in introduction to AWS. First we need to learn what is AWS. AWS is an service which is provided by Amazon, which is used for web service website things. AWS defines as Amazon Web Services, and then AWS is a service used for cloud. That's why we need to know about that's why we need to learn about cloud computing. First, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing allows access to computing resources, servers, storage, databases over the internet. It eliminates own hardware and provides on demand services. And we need to learn about IaaS versus PaaS versus SaaS. IaaS means infrastructure as a service. It operates as operating system and apps. PaaS means platform as a service. It only manages your app. SaaS means software as a service. The provider manages everything. What's the benefit of AWS? AWS, we need to learn, it provides servers. In scalable, we can increase our servers or else remove the servers in our resources as much as we needed. Highly available means it is available over the global network as data centers. Cost effective, pay as you go model. That means if you used the service which is less cheap, you'd be charged for minutes in that service. If you are using VPC for 10 minutes, you'd be charged only 10 minutes for VPC model. Like that, it will goes on. Global infrastructure. There are regions which are geographical areas and availability zones as defined as AJETs, data centers within a region, edge locations as CDN locations, which is used for CloudFront. Shared responsibility model. It means in this shared responsibility model, some of the security things will be responsible by AWS handlers, and some of the security needs to be checked over by user handler. In these two ways, AWS and user are shared responsibility things will happen. Types of cloud deployment models. There are four types of cloud, which are public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, multi cloud. In public cloud, AWS and Azure accessible over the internet. In private cloud, internet data center used by one organization. Hybrid cloud, mix of public and private. Multi cloud, using multiple cloud providers. In AWS, we would learn the main topics which are IAM, Identity Access Management, VPC, Virtual Private Cloud, S3, Simple Storage Service, EC2, Elastic Cloud Compute Cloud, Lambda, Serverless Compute, RDS, and DynamoDB, CloudWatch and CloudTrail, CLI, SDKS, CloudFormation. These are the main topics we would learn about in AWS. First, we need to get into the basics of IAM. In IAM, Identity Access Management, that means identity controlled used through users, groups, and roles. Policies are defined as permissions which we are giving to the user using JSON format. MFA means multi factor authentication, secure access. Best practices, it is least privilege, no root. Actually, in AWS, the first root account was the main, and under the root account there are many IAM accounts. In this way, who can do what in your account? In this way, we can define the things. VPC, virtual private cloud. In this, subnets are available which are public versus private, CDIR blocks, route tables, internet gateway versus net gateway, security groups versus NACLs, VPC peering, and endpoints. These are the main topics in AWS networking. EC2. EC2, the name itself defines Elastic Compute Cloud. It launches instances with AMI and instance types. It is having key pairs, SSH, EBS versus instance store, setup auto scaling, load balancer, virtual server to run applications. Means if you want to run application and you want to edit the things in that server in another location, you would use virtual servers. S3, simple storage service. Create buckets, upload objects, use bucket policy and IAM policy, enable versioning lifecycle rules, set up static website, enable encryption. It is storage service for data files backup. Lambda. It builds lightweight functions used through Python or Node.js technologies. Attach triggers, SP3 API gateway, assign IAM role monitor via CloudWatch, RDS and DynamoDB. RDS deploy MySQL or as PostgreSQL, which enables backups or multi-agent, multi-available zones. DynamoDB design tables, keys, indexes, choose on-demand provides modes, managed through SQL and NoSQL database services. CloudWatch and CloudTrail. It monitors metrics, logs, alarms in CloudWatch. Audit for all AWS API actions in CloudTrail. It is the track used for resource health. AWS CLI install and configure used for AWS S3, AWS EC2. SDK was used for Boto3 for Python. CloudFormation written in simple YAML or JSON templates. Deploy infrastructure as a code. Thank you. These are the main topics which we would learn further. That's it for today. Thank you.